Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing a NFC West mock draft because kind of doing the same thing that I did for my last video for the NFC South, but just different division, and I'm going to be doing this for literally every single team. So, yeah, hopefully that will work out. Starting out, my Cardinals mock draft. I have the Cardinals getting Traylon Burks in the first round at pick 23. That's a C+ grade from the whatever people, I guess. I don't know, PFF people. But Burks is a very physical receiver, pretty fast. I would literally compare him to Christian Kirk, and that's the reason why I got him, because I think they need someone to replace Christian Kirk in the absence of, Christian Kirk. But it's not like any of the other receivers are very reliable to stay healthy. Even DeAndre Hopkins isn't. So Burks kind of fits all the molds that of the receivers they had. Now I have a trade. We have the Cardinals trading up from 55 to 49. And they get round 2, pick 49 from the Saints. And the Saints get pick 55 and a 5th rounder next season, which I think is a win for the Cardinals. So, happy about that. Now, with that pick, they get Nick Bonito. He's an edge out of Oklahoma. Pretty good player. I just think they really need to replace Chandler Jones, and I think Bonito can do such with that very talented defense of the Cardinals, and he's very physical, and I really hope that he would be able to develop on the Cardinals. Round 3, pick 87, at Dylan Parham. He's a guard out of Memphis. A for that grade. We get him 20 picks later than the PFF Big Board has him graded, which is a steal. But my main reason is you're probably going to cut Justin Pugh, or maybe they already did, or he's in free agency, or whatever the case is. He is a cap casualty, and you kind of need to replace him, so I think Dylan Parham can do such quite effectively. Now, round 6, pick 201. You got Zonovan Knight. So running back at NC State, or North Carolina State, so I just call it NC State. And very physical back. I believe he's the physical one, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think he can kind of replace that Chase Edmonds role, and really hoping that he would be able to succeed with the Cardinals, which they have him as an A+ there, and I think that is also a good pick. Now, you go in to Luke Wattenberg. He's a center out of Washington. A grade, very good center, and I think he can be taught behind Rodney Hudson for 1 or 2 seasons and take over the role there, which would be quite helpful for him. And I would like to see him very much so develop behind that very aged line. Pick 44 is linebacker Nate Landman out of Colorado. I basically just wanted to fill that void that Jordan Hicks is going to leave, basically as a possible replacement. So, there is that. And I just think he could replace him very easily. And just hoping that he would do so effectively again. So, yeah. Then you got Kendrick Duncan, safety out of Louisville. Not really much to say besides you're just trying to get a backup safety. And then the pick after that, you got QB EJ Berry. This college is literally named Brown, which I guess that's fine, but he's a quarterback, and I just think Cardinals need a backup. So, yeah. Now, this is a very interesting mock draft here for the Rams. Now, no third or fourth round pick. You see, because I got them trading for Yetur Gross Matos. And they give up their third and fourth round pick. And they're basically trying to replace Von Miller, which in this case I think they can do so effectively. And they can also kind of not mourn the loss of Sebastian Joseph Day as much as he joined the Chargers. So I think that's a great pick-up trade type of thing for the Rams. Luke Wattenberg again, but this time he goes in the very early 5th. Just kind of had to reach for a center because they don't really have one there. Let's just give me a quick one for the Rams because they have really late picks. Maquan Macau, pretty just good D lineman. Devontae Price, trying to replace Malcolm Brown there. That he left 2 seasons ago. Josh Rivas out of Kansas State. He's a guard. Quite a good prospect, I believe. And got another halfback in Jerion Ely. And it'll kind of just be a battle between those 2 running backs right there. And then you got Kendrick Duncan again. So, you know, he goes... I think he's either going to go to one of these 2 teams. He was just kind of a value pick. So, there is those 2 teams. Now, don't look at that 49ers one right there. We'll get to that, but... Alrighty, see this. A trade has happened between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers move up to pick 9, and they get pick 9, pick 72, and pick 229 from Seattle. And Seattle gets the 2 first-rounders Green Bay has, plus a second-rounder, which really does help them in a lot of ways. And they traded back, and I was going to pick Tyler Linderbaum at 9, and they got Tyler Linderbaum at pick 22. And I think that is a great pick for Seattle, trying to replace, you know, or not even just replace, just trying to build up that line that is quite atrocious. Very good run blocking center and pass blocking. And, you know, I really think he can thrive there. Now, pick 28, the second of the 2 picks that were traded. You get David Ojabo, the edge out of Michigan. I don't know if it was him or another guy that tore their ACL. Don't really know. But I do know David Ojabo is a great edge rusher, so really hoping that he would be successful with Seattle, as they do really need to replace some guys there. Now in round 2, they get Desmond Ridder. He's a quarterback out of Cincinnati. Really, my whole thing here is I want, you know, Cincinnati to have a really good player. Well, not Cincinnati, but Seattle to have a really good player in Desmond Ridder to be the future of the Seattle Seahawks. And he's a very good scrambler, just throw on the run type of guy. Improviser, I guess I would say. Very good player. And that I think that's a steal at that given position. And pick 41, the pick right after Ridder, they get Jalen Pitre. He's a corner out of Baylor. Very good player. I don't know how he fell this much, but he did. So I pick him up, you know, hoping that he can be very successful with the team. Now we got 2 trades here. You notice there was supposed to be 3 third-round picks, but they ended up only being 2. That's because the Seattle Seahawks are really bolstering up that edge position because they traded for John Franklin Myers. And they only give up a 2nd and a 4th-round pick to get such player. That is a steal for Seattle. Now, tackle Sam Cosmi gets traded over to Seattle. 2 5th-round picks back-to-back. And a 3rd-rounder next year goes to Washington for Sam Cosmi. And Seattle's really hoping to get a nice deal out of that, you know, trade. So, Only going to focus on the very top. This is a lot of trades happening, frankly, quite quickly. So we're only going to go up to this little bit up here. See, there is a trade happening. Well, a lot of trades, really, but they trade pick 61 to get pick 91, 133, 248, and 261 from the Bucks. Pretty good trade right there. And now they trade again. Browns get pick 91, the one they just got from the Bucks. And the 49ers get pick 99, 118, and 202. Very good trades right there, in my opinion. I go down even more, and they get Donovan West with one of those picks. Center going to be coached up by Alex Mack. Another third-round pick, Cordell Flott. Already talked about him a lot, really. And he's just a really good corner. Really hoping he can develop on the 49ers and hopefully replace Verrett. So now this is another trade. There's a lot of trades for the 49ers because I think they're going to be a very frequent team to move up and down. The Raiders get pick 93. And the 49ers get pick 126, 164, 165, 227, and a 5th and a 6th round pick next season. That is a lot for the 49ers to get for that pick, but I think the Raiders are willing to make that move up. And now, you know, a lot of trades been happening. But pick 126, guard Leaktis Smith kind of replacing Laken Tomlinson. Another trade happens. This is a lot of trading. Vikings get pick 118, and the 49ers get a 5th, a 6th, or 2 6ths from the Vikings. Now you're going to see Luke Wattenberg being picked. Talked about him already, so don't really need to go over that again. Then you got safety Percy Butler out of Louisiana. Quite the good prospect. Very, very glad if the 49ers can line him. Then you got Adam Anderson out of Georgia. Very good player. Had an injury, dropped him in the draft. Now you got Brad Hawkins, Michigan safety. Very good hard hitter, which is what I think the 49ers do need. Now you see Patrick Paul. And I think that is a good tackle. Maybe can replace Trent Williams after he's gone. That would be a lot of coaching up, though. But I mean, for a 7th round pick, even if he just becomes a starter for 1 year, he found his value. Now the 49ers have taken 2 quarterbacks back to back, and they get E.J. Perry and Skylar Thompson. Both project quarterbacks. Just really hoping one of them can turn into a serviceable backup. And I think one of them could. So, very proud of them. Now we see the 49ers, because they didn't get a receiver here, they trade for one. They got Curtis Samuel from Washington for 2 4ths and 2 5ths. Not that much, really. And it's a lot of draft picks, but I really think they're one of the proven talent, and I think Curtis Samuel can really help them with even their running back needs as of now. So that really does help them. Another trade, Graham Glasgow is going to the San Fran, and the Broncos only get 2 5ths and a 6th. Apparently this is an even trade according to PFF, so I kind of just took it and ran with it. And really just think that is a good trade for the 49ers, securing a guard no matter what. Even though they got a guard early in the draft, you know, still think very good player. Now, the last trade is for Myles Gaskin, trying to get a receiving back in there. And the Dolphins get 2 6ths and 2 5ths. The 2 6ths being this year, the 2 5ths being next year. Alrighty, and that is the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye.